We just hosted the world's first AI animation competition, and we had over 700 entries into the contest. Now, I want to give a special shout out to Promise Studios and Luma Labs for coming together to help us host this incredible competition. As you can imagine, it was pretty challenging to narrow down so many incredible submissions, but in this video, we are going to take a look at our finalists and have our judges vote on their favorite. So without further ado, let's go ahead and meet the incredible judges for this competition.
Hi, I'm Rob Minkoff, a filmmaker, animator, sometime writer and producer. And I think what makes a great AI film is when the AI doesn't get in the way. AI, I think, is a tremendously powerful tool, getting more powerful every day. But ultimately what it's about is it's a way for storytellers to tell their stories and to tell them in a compelling way.
Hi, I'm Leslie Silverman. I'm the head of new tech at UTA, and I'm excited to take a look at some of these incredible films today. I think what makes a great AI film is what makes a great film, which is what tugs on your heartstring.
Dave Clark, co-founder of Promise and chief creative officer. Yeah, I think the thing we're excited about is looking at different types of filmmakers that want to use AI to tell animation stories in different ways, on different kinds of narratives and different styles. And I think what makes a great film in general is just the story, the characters, the work, but then also since we're using a really cool new technology, I want to see how the technology was used to enhance the storytelling and, create unique visions and unique views and unique styles.
My name is Tuhin. I'm the head of design at Luma. I lead the design on the product side of things there. For me, I think what Rob said, what makes a good AI animated film is what makes a good animated film. It has to connect. But then echoing Dave, it is going to be super interesting to see besides just mimicking the past, what new stuff does AI unlock in storytelling, stylization, effects, whatnot. So super excited to look at all these movies.
Hi, I'm Albert. I'm creative director at Storybook Studios and one of the instructors of the Curious Refuge AI animation course. And what I'm looking forward to in these AI animations is two things, basically. One, that they're entertaining, that I want to see more of them, ideally maybe something that's even a little bit funny, and that it's technically proficient, that I can try to tell that the creator actually got the results that they were looking for and are able to piece together a coherent work.
My name is Shelby, and I'm the co-founder of Curious Refuge. Caleb and I will be one vote on this, so I'll let him go right after. But I am really looking for a project that has memorable characters that really stand out. I want to look for in an animated film. I want there to be, especially using AI, consistency when it comes to like tone and aesthetic. And so I think a lot of these films did a great job at that. And another thing that's important is sound and voice. The ability to direct and control like the characters and their voice and their tone is important. So I'll be listening for sound and emotionally resonant characters.
Hi, I am Ryan McNeely. I am the head of animation at Agbo Studios. What makes a good AI film to me? I think a lot of times, even myself, we get caught up in the what's not working about AI, like the weird inconsistencies and things like that. And I think what makes a good film and what is so hard with AI, and which I really respect with all the filmmakers here, is pushing through story and emotion to the point where you forget about all that stuff and you're just caught up in the story and you're experiencing it. I was really impressed with some of the people that some of the people's films here today. They're really amazing.
Okay, now that we've met our judges, it's time to take a look at our very first project. Please enjoy A Million Trillion Pathways by Roki.
Tell me about this spaceman.
I've told you what I know, Mitra. He fished me out of the water, and then I was with you.
What did he look like?
I was busy drowning. He was kind of arrogant, kept asking me what I remembered.
And what do you remember?
Getting wet? We have to go save Mako.
No,
What? Why?
because no matter the outcome, the world will still be here. People will live by hatred and fear. They'll break down and die, and they'll all be replaced.
2 hours ago, I was throwing myself off a bridge. But even I have a better outlook than you do. I need your help.
My decision is final.
Then why did you help me?
Because I know Ryuichi Nihonto and his 2 children, and I will prevent their ascendancy with every fiber of my being.
Then let me help you. Help me save Mako.
You are a child, Hachi. You are not ready to wield the blades. When the time came for you to save your brother, you cowered in a corner. You are not ready. Please leave.
Fine, I'll do it alone.
Who the hell are you?
Relax. I mean you no harm.
That makes one of us. Why are you here, old man?
No doubt for the same reason as you. I am a friend. You have my word.
Tan, calm down. He's cool. My name is Mizue. Tell us what you know, and we'll do the same.
I know you are part of Mako's crew. You've been hacking Tokyo with some success for years. If you are looking for word from Mako, I can tell you she's alive.
How?
Your turn.
Mako would have left us something. It'll be here, and we'll find it.
A message?
Instructions.
You should know that Hachi is also alive, but I'm afraid Jasper's gone.
Hey, I think I found something.
Hello, Mizue. If you're seeing this, then you're probably wondering about your little friend Mako. I can't vouch for her integrity at this point, but I can assure you she's still in one piece.
That's Xenia Nihonto.
Fuck. If you want her to stay mostly intact, I suggest you bring me the sword.
So this one, I watch very little anime, so I don't know much about the style conventions or anything like this. Um, it blew me away technically. Like, I would not necessarily have recognized it as AI aside from slight inconsistencies between shots. So that part is outstanding. Story-wise, it's clearly going to be continued in some way. So I do kind of miss a full narrative, but it's one of the coolest looking AI projects I've seen.
Yeah, I just thought that film was incredible. Such a great animation style. Like technically, I think this is one of my favorites. It just has like a cohesion. My son watched this with me. He's 11, obsessed with anime. He was super on board for this one. Really liked it. Uh, I wanted more of an ending. I felt like a little bit like wanting more. Um, but besides that, I thought this piece was great.
To me, the thing that stood out for this one is how every set or scene is like etched in my memory, because the establishing shots and the contextualization of that set is like so well done. Everything from the house to when they go underground to like the meadow, it's all immaculately done.
Yeah, that was actually the thing that impressed me even from the very first shot. I thought it really set the tone and the mood, and it really felt like the art direction was at a higher level than so many other things that I've seen. I think we all felt it was sort of like, oh, this is a great scene from a larger work, and I would totally be interested in watching the whole thing if they do complete it.
Okay, that's a pretty strong submission right out the bat. Now let's move on to our second film, Cursed Cat by Marcus Lockenden.
When my great-aunt Helga died, she left me 3 things: a rusted key, a dusty library, and her cat. His name was Klaus. They said he was just a cat. But on the first night, he looked me straight in the eye and said,
Endlich bist du da. Ich habe auf dich gewartet.
He spoke in German.
Ich war einst ein Zauberer, verflucht in diese Katzenform verbannt. Nur die Auserwählte kann das Tor öffnen.
I wasn't sure if I was hallucinating or in a very niche German fairy tale, but something about it felt real.
Hinter diesem Tor liegt das verlorene Wissen unserer Welt.
Klaus believed I was the one to break his curse, but he wasn't telling me everything.
Aber sei gewarnt, wer das Tor öffnet, verliert etwas Unersetzliches.
Of course, there's a catch. He wasn't just trying to lift a curse. He was trying to go home.
Du hast gewählt.
Klaus was gone. The portal closed. And I might have inherited a tiny part of the curse.
Anteeksi, mutta oletko sinä se uusi vartija?
Oh, no.
This is honestly one of my favorite visual films, like visually. I think it was so unique and interesting. I wanted to just keep watching to see this character in this world. This cat was interesting. I really loved this film. I loved the different voices. Um, yeah, I think they knocked it out of the park, to be honest. So
This one was really fun to watch, stylistically different, really unique. Lost me in the end a little bit plot-wise, but really interesting, fun protagonist, and loved the cat.
The style
As a
for me, just that, the style. It was so, I don't know, like kind of like Shelby. I just wanted to keep watching. it's not even some grand world building, but the whatever little happened with style, I was mesmerized. I was like, okay, not that's it, the end. Oh, so yeah.
For some reason, it made me think of The Master and Margarita and made me want to see that story done in this style.
Next up, we have Graveyard by Danny Singh.
Mo 時間がない。君が入ってあの子を見つけて連れ戻してくれ。
これはケースじゃない、信玄だ。入ったら見たって来られないかもしれない。
俺だってやりたくない。でも君が行かなきゃ。あの子は確実に死ぬ。
お前、来る場所を間違えたな。ここはお前の居場所じゃない。
少年、どこにいる？
おめが俺から何か奪えるとでも？
少年、教えてくれ、君はどこに？
ここは俺の中だ。この中では俺が全てだ。
お前の中は崩れ落ちている。お前はもうすぐ死ぬ。
クソーツ、戻ってこい。
古い工場だ。世界一の古い工場にいる。
ありがとう。対象確認。すぐに支援を。
俺を閉じ込められると思ったか？おめが俺の頭に入れるなら俺もお前の中に入れるさ。ありえない。
ここは俺の中だ。俺のルールに従え。かの女倉と同じようにな。
Yeah, I was really taken by the style of this film. Again, it was an anime kind of treatment, but there was obviously it would diverged into a variety of different kind of moods and styles and tones, and even the way that the characters were rendered, there were different versions of those characters. But I thought all of them were incredibly successful, and again, I thought it was beautiful to look at. So it was very exciting.
Graveyard was interesting, and some of these films did this thing where they would kind of like create two animation styles or two animation worlds and bounce between them, which is something that you kind of don't see very often in animation. And I thought that was like an interesting approach. I did like that this story had like a clear narrative. We went somewhere, we learned something. I really liked it.
What I really loved about this is that a lot of AI users generally try to tell a way bigger story than they can in a short time using AI. This one promises a much larger world, maybe a series of some kind, but still manages to tell a full narrative in under 5 minutes. So I was transported into this world and came back and felt, fulfilled, like I just experienced something.
Yeah, and I was just gonna say for me, I thought there was definitely some visually stunning moments in this film. I felt like the technology is in a place where stylistically they could have been a little bit more consistent. So that for me is kind of what, if I had to choose another anime that was in the group of films, I chose another one over it just because of the consistency and the tech, knowing where the technology is. Obviously, being part of an AI studio, I felt like there were some things they could have tweaked.
I think the one thing about AI is it gets us to weird faster, and I don't think I've ever seen any animation where so many different styles are merged together. It was a little crazy for me to follow, but also fun.
Yeah, I think the narrative was solid, even though it did have a lot of different styles throughout. But I really enjoyed this film. I wasn't exactly sure where it was going, but it was cool to see him kind of take his power back at the end. Um, I think it was really good, but the style transitioning was a little bit hard for me throughout the film. I wanted to see one the whole time.
If you enjoy rom-coms, you're going to love this next film. Please enjoy Imaginary Love by Maya Cohen.
I absolutely love this one because it's such a cute story. It has a lot of the elements that I'm looking for in a good short, where the style is consistent. It's original, like these characters are original. Um, and it surprised me technically because I was thinking, okay, to tell a good narrative, you're gonna have to use some of those new lip sync tools and have good dialogue, and that's completely skipped. And the creator of this managed to have such control over the narrative despite only using physicality, which is a very difficult thing to do with AI. You don't have that much control. So they took what they got and managed to just pack in humor, romance, and sadness into just a couple minutes without even showing a person speaking in any way or any character for that matter.
I'm curious what y'all think is happening at the end. It just, for me, it kind of just ended. And I was like, okay, there was supposed to be maybe an imaginary person with them at the end drinking the wine, but I'm curious. I wanted to see more. It didn't feel totally complete to me, but I really loved it. And I thought it was super cute and such a fun style.
I really applaud the consistency in this one, and I think the characters made it easier to thread that needle. So I felt like I was watching something really seamless as opposed to something that was sewn together.
Our next project is called Late by Hal Watmo.
Hi, it's me.
What's going on? Are you okay?
Yeah. I'm really sorry. I'm gonna be late again.
You promised me.
I know. I'm really sorry. But I'll make it up to you. But I was thinking I could take you to that place, the one with the flowers. Hello? I'm sorry.
I know how you feel. I was once married, believe it or not.
Alright, good for you.
She was a dancer, and she was beautiful.
Fascinating. Anyway,
I was a painter, you see. And we used to live in this tiny apartment downtown. I thought I was going to change the world with a paintbrush, chasing some masterpiece that I could never grasp.
Look, I don't want to be rude here,
She
but...
used to dance in this little theater in town, and then every night she'd come home to me, and even though she was tired, she'd dance for me again. No music, just her. The sound of her breath and the creak of those floorboards. She didn't want much, just for me to watch her. But I never did. I was too wrapped up in my own head, chasing some idea, trying to find a missing piece. And she was just another distraction. I was convinced that when I finally painted that perfect picture, then she would understand. But I just couldn't do it.
Let me guess, she divorced you.
It was her birthday. She asked me for just one thing. To come to that little theater in town and watch her dance. So, there I am, sitting in this theater in the dark. But all I can think about is getting back home. Getting back to my painting, to my masterpiece.
Please tell me you didn't leave.
No, the spotlight snapped on. Then there she was. My dancer. I could feel all the eyes around me drinking in the beauty of her form. And then she started to dance. And for the first time, I watched. Every movement a revelation. Every step a quiet, effortless perfection. And I finally got it. And it was beautiful. The curtain closed, the crowd exploded, everybody's cheering. But all I could hear was the beating of my heart. I ran backstage and I wanted to tell her everything, tell her how I felt. I flew down the hallway and I burst into her room and I found her gone. Never to return.
I'm so sorry.
On the desk was just a single note. It said, I danced for you every night. I thought that I was going to do something great, but the only real reason that I am here was just to witness all of the beauty of the person I loved.
I cannot thank you enough. I have to go home before it's too late.
This one worked for me. I just thought the story was fantastic. I thought the message was excellent, and it just worked. I think they nailed it.
Yeah, I love some of the stylistic choices. This didn't get a vote for me, but I did appreciate the story. I love how they did some of the graphic novel, comic book style panels. I thought those were interesting, and then I thought the consistency of the style was cool.
Yeah, it was a beautiful story, very heartwarming. I love that it was, you know, this wise man sharing his life experience that helped transforms this other guy's story, and the narrative was really strong, and I enjoyed it a lot as a viewing.
We only have a few films left. Please enjoy Play by Dorothy Pang.
You're on mute.
I miss when life is like play.
Oh my god!
Is this thing on?
When did we stop playing?
He ain't heard us in years, kid. Might be time to move on.
No, I know he still wants this. He just forgot how to play.
Sketchy says he wants to be completed.
We were supposed to go pro, man.
Honey, if he dumped me, what makes you think he gonna pick you up?
We just need to be louder.
Leo, don't forget to play.
Yeah, for me, this just resonated with me being obviously a father and someone who's just constantly busy. I watched it before I had to watch it for judging criteria, and it definitely grabbed my attention. I thought again a consistent style, but more than that, the idea of taking time off to remember the small things, enjoy life. It was a message I think anyone could relate to, and I thought they did a good job of creating that narrative.
I love the edit. The editing was like so on point because that gives you this like feeling of the monotony, the drudgery, the repetition of the routine. And I think most of that is coming from the edit sequencing. And I thought that was like really well done. But besides the look and feel of the story itself.
I especially want to applaud the style of this one. It's just such a cool idea to use AI to not make it look like most of the animation we see, because a lot of people try to imitate 2D, 3D animation styles, and I mean, I do too. I love that. But this person just went out there and said, "Hey, no, I want it to be, what is it, like wool cotton ball claymation stop motion style." So that especially caught my attention, and then to build a great story around that is of course the goal, which they achieved, to be clear.
Next up is a really fun adventure film. Please enjoy The Incredible Adventures of Sylvester by Eric Curvern.
Hello there!
Through blazing storms and oceans wide, he strides with fearless, boundless pride. A master thief, a secret spy, no foe too great, no peak too high. Behold, Sylvester the Bad, a legend known in every land. Through time and space, through war and peace, his name will echo, never cease.
Houston, we have no problem at all.
Sylvester?
Houston, is that you?
Hey, Sylvester, wake up.
Hmm?
We're waiting for you. Sylvester, the meeting has started. Harrison is furious with you. It's hard enough dealing with him, so please, we need you, Sylvester.
I'm so sorry, Linda, but I'm really busy with all this stuff.
Well, it would mean a lot if you came.
Come on, Sylvester, be brave.
Ah, Sylvester, at last. I've been waiting for you.
Please be careful, Sylvester.
That's enough, Harrison. You've been stealing people's energy for too long.
Look at you. You've spent your whole life running from reality, and you think you can save them?
Maybe I was running, but not anymore. This ends now, Harrison.
You can't fight reality, Sylvester.
Stop draining people's life!
Excuse me, what did you say?
What did I say?
I think what he means is that you're asking too much of us. Everyone's exhausted.
Exhausted? Is that true?
Yes. I'm afraid it's true, sir.
All right. You win. Everyone gets a day off. I don't want my team to think I'm some kind of a vampire.
I'm really glad you came, Sylvester.
Come on, Linda. I should be the one thanking you, but at least we have a day off.
By the way, would you like to go to the movies with me?
I love this one. I love how cheeky, how kitschy. I love everything about this. It's for me like a whole package, and it's such a simple story, just told so marvelously. It made me laugh so much while watching, which is pretty hard if you have just much amount of time and every beat you're like, yeah, this is funny. This is actually funny. So I liked it a lot. And then of course the style of it made it particularly quite literally threaded together.
I really love the design, and I think this is like something that AI is so good at and kind of opens up is the ability to be like, hey, I want to create a short and I want it to all look like hand stitch weebles or warbles or whatever those things are called. It like crocheted people, and you can do that, and I think that's really, really incredible.
When he has the sparkles and the hearts around his face, it's just illuminating. It's kitsch in a way. It's so cute, and I can't help but smile. The song, the theme, the aesthetic. It was so fun for me. Like the kind of voice acting was a bit tough because it kind of took me out a lot throughout this one, but I still had a lot of fun watching it. And I think they did a great job.
Yeah, I also like the the way the characters were conceived. In that same way that, you're looking at a texture, you're looking at a thing that looks believable and real, and it sort of helps that process of suspending disbelief. You know what you're looking at, but it's also hard to imagine how it was done. So I thought that was very effective.
Our second to last film is called Yarn Girl by Azra Rosna Alkan. I hope you enjoy.
The winters here were sharp and long, with winds that howled a frozen song. We had but scraps and little more until she opened her shop's door. A girl of yarn with eyes like thread, a knitted cap upon her head. She asked for naught, she gave with grace. A touch of warmth in a cold place. A scarf, a glove, a woven flame. Each gift she gave without a name, but as the threads began to leave, we saw them tug from her own sleeve. She met a boy, too cold to cry. And with a breath, a soft goodbye, she wrapped him in her final strand a silver thread from her own hand. By dawn, the child was safe, embraced, but she had vanished, left no trace. And now, each year, when snowflakes fall, we leave her yarn outside the hole. A gift of yarn in silence laid for the girl who gave and gently frayed.
I actually really like the design, the character design, and the world design. The lighting I thought was particularly good, and it just had sort of some, maybe traditional, sort of old-fashioned qualities that made it charming and sort of relatable.
They actually like the voiceover narration on this. I did a good job. I'm assuming they used 11 Labs or something to create that voice, and maybe did voice to voice. I'm not sure, but I thought it stood out.
This one feels like a European, Eastern European fairy tale. Like it's hard to tell something so dark in a heartwarming way. So they managed to toe that line of making it cute, and then you really think about it. So great job. And also, it's difficult to do that kind of poetic narration thing in an interesting way and really keep my attention personally. And this succeeded.
And that brings us to our final film. Please enjoy You Shouldn't Be Here by Elena Savlikova.
So get this. Iberian wolves don't run in big packs. Too many together, they stand out. So they stay small, a few at a time. Just enough to move, just enough to vanish. There's this story about a man who saw one, just past the tree line. It wasn't running. It was waiting. And so he followed. Slow, steady, just the right pace, and the wolf led him. It never turned to look at him, but it knew. It knew exactly how close he was, how far it needed to stay. He walked for hours. The forest stretched, deepened. The light changed, like he had stepped into a different kind of day. The trees, taller, the air, thick. Then he blinked, and he was home. Same shoes, same clothes. But something was wrong. His car, gone. His dog, older. The street felt off, and his neighbor, the one who had been 6 months pregnant, had a 5-year-old kid. She stared, like she almost recognized him. 5 years, gone. No one believed him. They said he left, made it up, but he knows the truth. He never stopped walking, never turned around. You know, some paths don't take you where you expect. Some don't let you come back the same. And if you follow the wrong path for too long, you might step out of the world you know and into one that wasn't meant for you. And maybe the wolves know exactly where those paths are. Do you?
I really like this film a lot. I was a little bit thrown at the beginning because it was like, okay, I'm not sure what's going on. I don't understand the context of this particularly, but the character design and the lip sync, actually, I was like, oh wow, that's very convincing. And then again, the sort of stylistic shift and then going into that world, that fantasy world, I really thought the art direction, production design of that world was terrific.
Yeah, this was just so pretty. I like if I could put this short film on as an outfit, I would wear it. It was really lovely, and I too was blown away by the lip sync. That was by far the best execution I saw across all of these.
I really liked this. This one was creepy. The woman's voice had this like that ASMR vibe to it. Like she's telling you a secret the whole time. There was something that was like hard for me about that. I was like, ugh, like made me want to crawl out of my skin. But I love the style. Like I really liked this is one of the ones that did two styles. I really liked that like first style and kind of wanted to just stay there in that and see more of it and see how it could where it could go.
I love the aesthetics of the fantasy world. It reminded me of like the book movie Annihilation. But yeah, it was just so mesmerizing and just done so right, especially with the contrast of the like very flat anime style in the beginning and towards the end. It's like truly a whole new world, like quite literally. I loved it.
Yeah, for me, it was like ASMR, the movie. Yeah, it had like the ASMR vibes to it, very soothing in the voice and the music. So I can definitely appreciate it for its technical ability. I think it did a great job with the transition of styles, like as opposed to the other ones where it felt a little kind of messy. This one felt purposeful and it kind of went with the vibe of the whole entire film.
Okay, now that we've taken a look at the finalists, it's time to announce the winners. It was super hard for the judges to decide on the winners of this competition, but here are the results. In fifth place, we have a tie between Play by Dorothy Pang, The Incredible Adventures of Sylvester by Eric Curvman, and Yarn Girl by Azra Rosna Alkan. In fourth place, we have Imaginary Love by Maya Cohen, and that brings us to our third place winner. In third place, winning $1,000 free enrollment in a Curious Refuge course, a shout out on our social channels, their very own chubby blob seal pillow, and an AI filmmaking sweatshirt, along with the opportunity to pitch your film to Promise Studios, we have Roki, A Million Trillion Pathways by the Roki team. This is one of the more impressive anime-style AI projects I have ever seen, and it's really incredible to watch this film and really forget that you're watching an AI project. And in second place, along with all of the prizes we talked about before, along with a $2,000 cash prize and a pair of socks that hold hands, we have Graveyard by Danny Singh. This is truly an incredible project that swings for the fences. They pulled off some very impressive video editing techniques, along with curating around some of the limitations of AI to create a very compelling film. So fantastic job on this project, Danny. And that means in first place, we have Late by Hal Watmow. This is truly one of the most incredible AI projects we've ever seen. It has everything that you'd want to see in an AI animated film, from really dynamic character development to an exploration of both the styles and possibilities of working with AI, and then also working around the limitations and doing some more advanced techniques like lip sync and really motion tracking the characters. I think that Hal really pushed into these tools and created something incredible. I'd like to give a special shout out to all of the finalists for entering this competition. There's actually been audience voting that just ended, and you can find out who won the audience favorite for this competition by visiting the page over at Curious Refuge. Again, thank you so much to everyone who entered into this competition. It was truly an incredible experience, and we only want to do more of these competitions in the future. So if you want to see more competitions hosted not only by Curious Refuge, but also the larger AI filmmaking community, be sure to subscribe to our newsletter over at Curious Refuge. I want to give a special shout out to Promise Studios and Luma Labs for helping to make this event possible. On behalf of the Curious Refuge team and the judges, thank you so much for making this an incredible event. We'll see you in the next one.